This is Transformers Dark of the Moon Leader Class Sentinel Prime. Has a electronic gimmick with light up eyes. Oh, you can't see the lights. He also comes with weapons, a mech tech shield, and I guess not. It's supposed to be a mech tech sword, but the gimmick is it just folds up. So it's like an ancient tribal shield, which he can barely hold because somebody was caught napping on this one. The circumference of the handle is just way too big than the inner, the circumference of the grip. So there, very cool figure, really well made. I'm very pleased with this figure. I think it's a good representation of Sentinel Prime, but it is a leader class, and it's not for everybody. The box says ages 5 and up. I think it should be ages 8 or 9 and up, because of the complexity of the transformation, the delicate nature of the leader class figure. I don't think it can take a lot of wear and tear, primarily because there are a lot of moving parts. I think this one is for the less younger target audience of Hasbro's Transformers. But nevertheless, it's still a great figure. Even if you're 5 years old, 6 years old, I think you can manage with enough practice, maybe a little bit of help from your older brother, older siblings, or from your parents. You can figure this one out. But it's a little bit complicated. And I think a lot of parents will have even a lot of parents out there are gonna have a hard time with this one, but not as hard as the Revenge of the Fallen Leader Class Optimus Prime. That figure was really hard. Yeah. Anyway. This, I was going to share an anecdote, but we won't have time. Okay, this one, there are a few difficult steps to transforming him, but overall, parents can do this. Okay. Let's discuss the actual figure. Oh, this thing is just pissing me off. It has mech tech pegs anyway. You can peg it onto his forearm so he doesn't have to hold it, because it's just so stupid that somebody fell asleep on the size of the grip. The way the mech tech shield works is that you push on the center of the shield and it opens up and it sort of becomes blades or something like that, and a blaster, which the instructions say you don't do it in robot mode. The instruction says to activate the mech tech gimmick in alt mode, which we will see later. And here is the sword, a double-bladed melee or something like that. It folds this way. So that's pretty cool. So get rid of the weapons. Let's stand him up. I've already shown you the electronic gimmick. So, there. I am Sentinel Prime. Captain, my calculations are... Well, he's going to be voiced by Spock, by Leonard Nimoy. So that's going to be very interesting. So anyway, here he is. He's very slim. Not too bulk... Well, not a lot of kibble to mess around with. The back... Well, this is supposed to be the only kibble he has, but they've actually turned it into sort of like a cape, or wings, as it were, but a cape. It even has a waist cape here. It works. It's not as bad as a kibble for me, but some people will argue that he is back heavy. Well, he is, and it takes some little bit of fidgeting with the joints to actually stand him up, but he will stand. I got him to stand a while ago. So anyway, wait. Okay, maybe that will solve it. Okay, stand up now. All right, so that's pretty cool. Great robot mode. He's got splendid articulation, a swivel neck, no waist articulation for obvious reasons. Most leader class figures don't have waist articulation. He's got a swivel joint for the shoulder, which ratchets, an outward joint, a ratcheting ball hinge elbow joint, a swivel wrist with articulated fingers. He's got a ball hinge ratcheting hip joint, ball hinge knees, and just a very articulated ankle joint. He can go this way, it can go this way, the toes can go forward and backward. Just a lot of rolling and hinging right there. So you can get him in such radical poses, it's dramatic poses because of the ankle joint. But again, he is back heavy, and you really have to find a sweet spot to sort of balance him. Size comparison. I don't have with me Optimus Prime. Who do I have? I have Leader Starscream, which I'm sure a lot of you will already have him by now, because this figure is on clearance, at least here in Manila. And what you will notice as well, which I've been noticing with most of the Dark of the Moon figures, like Deluxe and Voyager class figures, Hasbro has decided to shrink the scale of their figures. And you know, Starscream has his legs bent, which is really just about his height, and he's still a little bit taller, well, just about the same height. But he's a little bit bent, but he is taller than Sentinel Prime, and he's a lot beefier. So maybe Hasbro is cost cutting. There's nothing new to that, but it's still a good sized leader class figure. So there, very cool, very nice, very well painted. So there. Okay, let's transform him, shall we? But before we transform him, just fucking ridiculous. I apologize. I didn't mean for any violence. I know a lot of parents out there are concerned for their kids. I do apologize. Didn't mean to do that. Just couldn't help it. Instructions were ridiculous. I mean, the other instructions for the other figures were great. This one just, I don't know what happened, but it was so difficult to follow. And there was a certain point, and I'll tell you later in transformation, that I just got annoyed. So anyway, let's transform him. What you want to do is straighten him out, get him out of the fxfranz pose. You can see it. Okay, turn the arms this way as though he's curling some iron, like that. Okay, what do you want to do first? You want to do the chest first. So go ahead and just get rid of everything, just like that. Pop this out. Okay, pop this one out. Okay, and join these together. Like that. We'll fix it later. Okay. Split the waist cape. This actually looks cool even this way. Okay, and then go ahead and supposed to. What am I doing wrong? Oh, okay. Untab these, and Sentinel Prime will recline like that. Okay. How much time do I have? Good Lord. Okay. Next thing you want to do, you want to collapse these things here, sandwich them under the wheels. This thing is gonna pop out the windshield like that. And if you're still wondering where the speaker is, it's right there. So anyway, go ahead and turn that right there. Oh, collapse these. Okay. And then just close this. Just like that. Okay. At this point in time, I don't want to run the transformation well ahead of the 15-minute limit, so we're going to pause and do a part 2 of the transformation. I hope you don't mind. I do apologize. It is a leader class. It will take some time transforming him, but I promise to make it as fast as possible in part 2. So stay tuned for part 2. Thanks for watching part 1.